Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. Today is Friday, and on Fridays, I like to do my cover challenge. So basically, I ask people in the community to show us your best themed comic covers. So last week, it was photo covers, and I showed a bunch of photo covers, and I always ask people what photo cover of the ones that I showed is your favorite. And the one that won, and it was a close win, was the Rifleman. So this is a really classic, funny photo cover. Rifleman number 10. It's the gut wood, the gut wood cover. It's just a really funny cover, and this is the one that won from last week. So yeah, this week's theme is going to be, I try to come up with different themes to make it interesting so that it's like not always the same kind of stuff. This week's theme is going to be giants. So giants being on the cover. So a giant or giant, like one, usually it's one giant, but the idea is giants on the cover. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So the first one I'm going to show, and this one is lower on my list because it's kind of technically not really a giant, but you'll see what I mean. So this is AntMan, Tales to Astonish number 35. And from Ant-Man's perspective, this guy's a giant, but really we know that he's just regular size and it's Ant-Man that's really small. But I kind of like this cover because it has that false perspective of this man being a giant. So I really enjoy this cover. So this is Ant-Man, Tales to Astonish number 35, which is the second appearance of Ant-Man. Personal jokes. Okay, so next one is another great cover that I really like. And this is Police Comics number 11. This is actually the first appearance of the Spirit. Actually, he's not even on the cover. Where is he? The Spirit, right there. I was trying to find him. Here he is. Okay, the Spirit. Will Eisner's the Spirit. This is his first appearance. And it's a great giant cover. You got this, you got Plastic Man and you got this big giant guy. I forgot what his name is. But yeah, it's some bad guy doing some experiment, and you see Plastic Man, squirting water or something at him. So I just think, it's a kind of a cool Golden Age book with a nice giant on it. So this is Police Comics number 11. Number 2 on my list, or 9 on my list. The next one is a character that in the Golden Age, they always show him almost like a lot of his classic covers from More Fun Comics, and you'll know the character just by that almost. They always show him in sort of a giant form where he's sort of towering over everyone. I actually don't have his best More Fun Comics giant form one, like where he's like just towering over everyone, but I do have a really great one from the Silver Age, and it's this one, Spectre. This is showcase number 60, and it is the first Silver Age appearance of the Spectre, and I like it because he's not only in this giant form, and he's kind of reminds me of almost the classic King Kong movie from, actually not truly a classic, but the one from the 70s where you have like these jet fighters and they're shooting at King Kong. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Like just how he's towering, but he's not only towering over these jet fighters, he's towering over both space and like a city. I just think it's kind of a cool cover for the Spirit. He's just so big. He's so big that he can step on the Earth and on the moon. I don't know. It's just a really cool cover. This is also, I forgot who else made their first appearance in this. Yeah, it's I forgot, some other character made their first appearance in this, and I'm trying to remember who they are. doesn't say. But just a really cool Spirit cover. Whenever I think of giants in terms of superheroes, I always think of the Spirit, or this the Spirit, the Spectre. Oh man. Okay, so that's just a really great character, Spectre. He doesn't get enough love, I think. Okay, another great character that normally isn't big, but they showed him in this kind of big thing because he's smashing crime, is Black Terror. This is another character from the Golden Age, kind of lost in the Golden Age, though they have kind of brought him back. I think Dynamite, or I forgot, I think it was Dynamite that brought back Black Terror. And it's just another really great character. I like how he's just like, he's doing the whole giant thing. You know, whenever you're a giant, you got to pick up people and kind of squeeze them and stuff. And all the other people are kind of running in terror. Well, it's actually not people that are running, it's bad guys that are running. You know, because he's laying down the law. And this is Exciting Comics, number 51. And it is an Alex Schomburg cover. So another, you know, just a really great artist from the Golden Age. And this is just a really cool cover. Like, you know, he's doing the whole giant thing. So I like this one. So a very similar cover to that one that just happens to feature one of my favorite characters from the Golden Age is Miss Mask. And this is, you'll notice it's very, very similar. This is another Exciting Comics. This is Exciting Comics 53. And now you have her kind of towering over the bad guys. And it's almost like the same kind of like style and theme. So you got the bad guys at the bottom, and she's just like towering over them, and she's laying down the law. You know, so this is Miss Mask. Just a really great character. This is her original style costume. Later on, they kind of made it a little bit more sexy, believe it or not. They made it a crop top and mini skirt kind of thing. So, but this is her original costume. And this is Miss Mask from 1947. And I really love this cover. It's one of my favorite covers. So yeah, so that's, I lost count. That's number 7 on my list. Yeah, I think so. Or number 6. Okay. So I'm losing count. But another great, and this is a more fun comic. I mentioned it earlier when I talked about the Spectre. This is a really great one. You got Green Arrow and Speedy, and they're fighting a giant. And this giant is like, you know, wearing all this like chainmail and has a sword, and he's like gonna smash them. But they're, you know, if I was an archer, I would never stand this close to my enemy. But I think it's kind of an interesting cover. This is More Fun Comics 101. And this just happens to be the first appearance of Superboy. So kind of a cool extra bonus thing there. It's just a really great Golden Age comic. Okay. Now we're getting to the last few. So number 4 on my list is Don Juan. And this is another one where you got the main character guy, and he's, you know, in this kind of giant form. And I like this one because, you know, he's like supposed to be this like super lover. And they have him kind of towering over all these young maidens. Like, and I think it's just a really cool cover. And they're all like swooning over him. I think it's kind of cool. So this is just Don Juan, number 1. And this is from what time period is this from? 1950. And this one was actually mentioned in The Seduction of the Innocent because Frederick Wortham actually thought this was over-sexualized. So I just think it's kind of cool. I think it's a great comic. Okay, next is one of the movies. I actually like really campy, kind of silly movies. And one of the movies that I liked was The Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Okay, so it was a 50s movie. It was really campy. It was kind of silly. But this is an homage to that movie. and this is Crossed. Now, Crossed did a whole bunch of homage covers, and this is one of them. I'm actually going to be doing an unboxing later where I'll actually show this one again. So this will be a bit of deja vu, where you'll get to see all the homage covers. I picked up like 60 some odd homage covers, and they're really brilliant. And this is just one of them that I really liked. This is an homage cover to the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, but it's Crossed. Crossed has nothing to do with the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. It's just they did all these homage covers, and I think it's kind of cool. So this is Crossed 100 number 15, an homage to Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Just a really great cover. Okay, so I just like the fact that she's like picking up the cars and squishing people. It's kind of cool. Another thing, whenever I think of giants, I think of these like cosmic characters that are really just bigger than life, bigger than like, even bigger than our planet. And the character that I'm referring to is Galactus. And I just think that this is kind of like that kind of really encapsulates the size of Galactus a bit. I always love this cover, actually, because this is kind of where Galactus is kind of making the Silver Surfer his herald. And I just like the perspective, how, he's just like in it. Basically, Silver Surfer just fits in his hand. It's just a really great cover. It's one of those things, I always think it's interesting with giants, whenever they depict them in comics, their size always changes. It's almost like the Smurfs. The Smurfs are supposed to be 3 apples tall, which is about maybe that big. But then in the Smurf shows, they're either this big or this big. They're all over the place. Galactus, in many ways, is kind of like that. Sometimes he's as big as a planet. And then other times he's like, well, this wouldn't be as big as a planet. This would be maybe as big as a building. So I just think that's kind of interesting. So this is Silver Surfer number 1. I believe this is the 3rd series or 2nd series. I think it's the 3rd series, actually. So yeah, just a really great comic. And my last choice is... this is the comic that actually, when I thought of this challenge, this is the one I thought of first, because I'm a big Wonder Woman fan. And if you look at the Silver Age of Wonder Woman, there are so many giant like covers where there's a giant in the panel somehow, and I like this one in particular because we got giant form of Wonder Woman. And I especially like it because she's climbing up this giant tower, kind of a bit suggestive, but it kind of reminds me of like King Kong or some kind of thing where, he's climbing up like the Empire State Building, and you got Wonder Woman kind of doing the same. And then you got this little Wonder Woman up here that is, trying to get away from her. I just think it's really a cool cover. So this is Wonder Woman 122, I believe, and I'm right. So yeah, 122. Just a really great cover. I like these kind of giantess, I guess. This would not necessarily giant, but giantess covers. And I think it's really cool because you get to see Wonder Woman being really small up here, and you see the giant Wonder Woman over there, and she's doing kind of her King Kong kind of thing. Okay, so that has been my top 10 giant covers, giant characters on the covers. If you want to participate in this, and I hope you do, all you have to do is use the hashtag Friday Comic Challenge, or Friday Comic. I'll put it up in the title. You'll see it. And then giant comic covers. Okay, and that will be the other hashtag, and then everyone in the community can see what giant covers are in your collection. And I think it's just fun. I hope that people enjoy these kind of fun challenges and take part. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. bye for now.